Hey there, blues fan, and welcome to Tuesday Blues. In this lesson, we're going to reach back and revisit something that was covered in lesson number 75. Now, a quick recap, that lesson was all about a 12-bar blues progression that inserted this minor 7 chord, this F sharp minor 7 in bar 9. It added something pretty cool to the progression. But what we're going to do today is actually in response to several BGIers after that lesson went live. Folks wanted to know what the strumming was that was going on in that lesson. So in this lesson, we're going to focus on that strumming pattern. So let's start by breaking down the down, up, and all that good stuff that's happening with my picking hand. I'm using a thumb pick, but I'm just holding it like a flat pick. So I've got my index finger coming around and really mimicking as if I were playing with a flat pick. So it kind of makes these thumb picks a little more versatile. But that's what I'm doing here. So I've got an E major fretted up, and I'm going to strum through with a downstroke all 6 strings. I'm going to do an upstroke from the top 4 strings. So these 4 strings, like that. And don't worry if you hit the 5th string a little bit, just really focus on getting more top end of this. And then immediately after strumming that, place your hand over the strings just to mute everything out. We want to have a little rest in the music here. So that's what we're going for. And that can be kind of a quick move, this up and then down. Down with your hand, rather. So we've got downstroke, upstroke, rest. And then followed by a full downstroke. So here's what we've got. Then we're going to do another quick move, and that's going to be an upstroke on the top 4 strings, followed by a downstroke and another rest. So upstroke, downstroke, rest. And that downstroke with the rest actually is almost simultaneous. So it sounds something like this. You almost don't hear that last downstroke. It's really, really quick. So you strum through the top 4 strings, and then your hand comes down on the guitar, on the strings with your picking hand, to mute it out almost the same instant that you strike the string. So you might get something like that. Alright, so let's put that together. And then the last thing that I'm doing is I'm striking the open 6th string at the very last moment of these measures. And it's just a cool way to give a single note there, a bass note, and really emphasize the E before we move into the A chord for the 2nd bar. Now I did the same exact strumming pattern there, only I'm muting out the 6th string with my thumb coming over the top of the fretboard, and it's happening around the 2nd fret, but you don't want to play that 2nd fret note. You really just want to mute out the 6th string, and it serves 2 purposes. One, when you hit that last E note to change bars, that's where you kind of choke down on that note. It's really with the fret hand. And then you come down on it just lightly, very lightly. This will take a minute to get. So I'm muting it with my thumb. Alright? And then the second function of having that thumb is while you're strumming through the A, you're going to want to focus on the top 5 strings, but if you accidentally hit the 6th string, it's not going to sound. This is definitely some of the subtlety in good guitar playing, and that's keeping what you don't want out of the picture. And right now we don't want that 6th string to ring, but what if you hit it? This will protect you against that. Alright, so back to the strumming pattern. We've got our down, up, mute, down, up, down, mute, bass string, switch into the A, so down, up, mute, down, up, down, mute. Then we hit the open 6th string again to go back into the E. So let me play it slowly, and we'll just work back and forth between these two chords, which really amounts to the first 4 bars of that 12-bar sequence back in lesson 75. Here we go. And then for the next 2 bars, we would move into the A chord. But notice in where we stayed on the A for 2 bars, at the end of that first A bar, I just kind of muted out a little stroke there. I didn't want that E ringing because we're hanging out on A right now. So I just simply crashed down on this 6th string, still muted. So it's just a cool way to add a little bit of rhythm, you know, and keep your strumming pattern going, but mute that note out because we just didn't want it there in that case. So to give you a little more context, listen to the A parts. Right there. Going back into the E, sounds nice. And then we're going to move into that F sharp, flat 7. So we're going to strum through that, and I will hit the open 6th string to kind of move off of this. And then fret up a B7. And I'm doing that same muting because this is a 5th string chord, this B7. And I'm doing the same strumming pattern that I've done throughout, but this looks and feels a lot more like the A chord because I'm starting with the 5th string on my strumming. But again, to protect that 6th string from ringing, just got my thumb lightly over the fretboard here. And back to the E. Definitely go back and check out lesson 75 if you're having trouble with this F sharp minor 7 chord, you know, or even the B7 chord, or really even just with the flow of the progression. But just to focus on the strumming, this is what this lesson is all about. Alright, I hope that this really helps you out with the strumming. I hope that you can nail this part. This is certainly not day 1 strumming stuff though. You know, it's beyond this strumming. By adding in the techniques, the muting techniques, you know, with the picking hand and also, you know, with the fretting hand, you know, it really adds a lot. Really locks you into a groove while you're just strumming away on an acoustic guitar. So something to practice. Be sure to practice in time, practice with a metronome, and certainly tap your foot, get your body into it, because this thing is all about rhythm. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, I encourage you to head back to bluesguitarinstitute.com and join up as a free member. When you become a free member, you'll get tabs to each and every Tuesday blues lesson. So I really encourage you to grab the tab. It's a great practice tool and it'll help you get the most out of these weekly videos. I hope you take me up on that, and I hope to see you inside BGI. So thanks, take care, and I'll see you next week.